The first one is a fixed mindset, and the fixed mindset is a little bit of a victim mentality. Let's take the example that this guy is sitting in third place and is about to get his first ever podium. Okay, he's already mentally moved forward in time, and he can see himself being patted on the back and all his family and team being happy about the performance, and he's on the podium already tasting the champagne. And then in the last lap, a couple of corners to go, somebody else overtakes him and beats him to the line. Okay, now you can imagine that you would be disappointed. You'd be disappointed that you got pipped at the post. But in a fixed mindset, we also get frustrated and we get angry. We get angry about the situation, and we end up being, very disgruntled with the people around us. We end up blaming somebody. We want to blame the pit board for not telling us how close he was, a back marker. There's some reason why this happened to me, and it should have never happened. They tend to want to wrestle with reality. They tend to want to beat themselves up and the people around them. And for the next week, they don't even want to talk about how that race went, because all they're focused on is the result and what they missed out on. So let's look at a growth mindset. And a growth mindset on the opposite side has exactly the same thing happen to them. They are beaten in the line, and they are understandably disappointed because they're not there to be beaten on the line. But they have a different approach in the fact that they're not as attached to the result as the fixed mindset person would be. So what they tend to do is that they then go and try and see what caused that to happen. So what can I learn to make sure that it never happens to me again? And that's the really important part. So what they would look at is the race and see that maybe they took a break halfway through and sat in behind some slower paced competitors, and that actually gave the time for the person who ended up beating them to bridge the gap. So is there anything that they could learn from that whole race scenario that would allow them next time not to be beaten on the line? They would also then look at their overall thoughts and what they've taken away from that experience so that it will never happen to them again. Now, the fixed mindset guy is leaving learning nothing. He's blaming everybody, blaming everything else, and is in an angry, frustrated mood, whereas the growth mindset is going away, learning what they can do about it next time, and they can run a better race the next time that thing happens. And that's the real difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset.